through the rubble comes a minster of despair. And when he reaches, the cast is gone, the cover blown as deception's warp is flushed through the dunes, warped between the dunes in another month of waste. Raining delights, us the rain of the nights, us the calm laying dust. We're the just, we're the kind you can trust. We're going blind. The reasonable cause is a lack of oxygen through our minds, but it's ashen seasons of peace that make us want to cease when the stillness is much too close to the coast of everyone's place in time, controlling fear that rules us is to be alone, and we'll be alone yet. Cofting railings and chains keep the sulking contained, had a burning within, a burning desire for something to change and to gauge if I'd been alive all this time. When the sea shines lights from the ocean skies, no, it's easy to find something close, a patient side, a distant glow. I know it hurts to be human, so don't you know? isn't something I think you'd expect. Nothing less. With the chance that all these premonitions could quieten down the dreadful visions are imminent, and I conceive having lived already through this nervous dream. But there's facts I can't remember, facts I can't remember, facts I can't remember, facts I can't remember. And with open trials and empty pieces, there's something guiding us with leashes. Everything's deterministic from the moment you're conjured, seated into lessons. Yet there's facts I can't remember, 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 facts I can't, 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 facts I can't remember. There's a creation in the mind that confines the conscious choice of how one should perceive the different faces and the eyes, then tell aside erosions in the frost. From carbon fires they're crumbling like a tumbling wave and churning out their stolen loss. From shivering wide-eyed, she reigns in this confusion with the calmness of a crow. There she goes, 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 she goes. With a primal cry symbolized the falling root of all these flights is seeping through the rubble with the darkness of a deeper unknown. All the people that rose pass aside the poisons and the voices, hear them calling, roaring reasons untold. Hiding from the fire, once inside it's useless to be cautious when the calf is spilling into the void. They call, 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 they call my name. Yet I can't sing, I can't sing and cannot fly. Fly and maybe crash, a bird in open view, flowing back to you, and then I fall, I fall, I fall, I fall, I fall. With the sprout of the needless voices that join exploration in times of strife of a burning sun, and the talk of a feeling defining the grief that torments thee for days and nights, for its course is done. It's called love and it's little understood. The ribbon of flesh that brushes through with force, and it's alright to be a little sad. cracks are staring like a druid, screaming piles of shoes and ifs. I don't know how it is best to exist. Context give rise to the graces in the clash, traces in the path of the souls. If they can have pleased me, then I need to cease, not seize, no reason to leave. Maybe then to think that I'm gone, when in truth I've learned how to grow. Looking back, I'll feel so bemused by the naked, ever-changing truth, and the feeling that everything lost had a purpose no matter its cost. And when fire turns into gold, one will see the light shining out from the coal. And I hope to be enough around to simply stick to my own ground and watch the virgin song and say, I hope one day you'll find problems, rejection, the need for contention. Darkness teaches you to swim, to find the light that can shine within. The torch of glory through the swooning haze, face the grimace reaper and the cosmic race. Your context and reason will vanquish pain. It's calling now. Hear the voices flowing through the ground. Leaving ghosts aside, in a troubling old disguise, can these thoughts between you and I be kind of true? In your final hour, after things have turned so deadly sour, when you part and find yourself once more in the same place. In a mining town, that's the vein that we've been staring down. And once more, it frightens us, the changes underground, as the ground is the ghostly foundation that's tearing apart a prying oblivion, as the nations advance in a haste, in a charge, in a rush, in a race, in a sprint, in a dart, in a risk, in a dash, in a bolt, in a gasp. How can one ever keep up with this pace? How can one ever keep up? How can one ever keep up with this pace? How can one ever keep up? Having a driver around,
I can't find it.
where you can appear inside
Who'd advise it?
indigo waterfalls.
Can you feel it?
Swim in the portal floors. Heat flows, heat shows, heat glows, but nothing's on fire. Heat knows, heat goes, heat strokes, but nothing's on quite so easy. Boiling in the ice, I feel it growing in my eyes. I see the creases in the fabric, open sheets I cut a black. So can you even celebrate with all your disarray? Living in a race, you've been hiding in a rage, and I can't change things in my youth. A little residue, I heard you call me close enough to bed, far enough to mess my head. Heaven double-eyed, I can see them talk. I revel in what's left, I need to calm it down. Of course I hear you're happy with your broken heart. You're happy because you've left your head inside a river. Wasted and denied, I'll have to deal with this sometime. Cannot leave it any longer, or the mark will settle in, and I shall feel the sabotage. I open wide and then I peek into the dark. First the suffering for a love I can never show. Next the drugs, adding blood to the groans. Coming third was the pain inside the soul burning love inside the void, cracking up and churning weeks and years, intoxicated. I'll open, oh no, the empty feeling of your soul. Come on and give me a laugh. As long as you live, there's something worth the laughter. I found solace in my family and in nature. I found solace in the vastness that contained them. The cosmic truths could turn my croonings to the grandstands. are disappointed by the faces that I love, volunteering the plague on everybody, singing mother's eyes or your demise. Let it breathe in the forest, where the cries of the creature's skies are erased in the goo lights between the cause of empty promises. You're the only one I trust. And when my cover is gone, calling me in the breathing eyes of everyone who's there, his only crime was giving love, his only crime was soothing harm, his only crime was that he cared about the meaning of the cosmic truths that jive inside the gracious calm of every birth, an ageless vice that casts aside the past when everybody is gone, leaving me in the grieving sigh with no one left to love. His only crime is that he cared. His only crime is that he cared. He cared, he cared, he cared, he cared. Every way the wind blows, does it even matter? Holding to the window, comforting the martyr, choosing to leave, I guess that's what you need. Running round the garden sun, feeling loving mother's arms and father's patient heart as he starts to hum, budding growling castles
And on fiery horses,
in a barren demons,
or on flying saucers,
with a pinch of salt, then you start to rain. Holding to leaves, I told you not to grieve. Burning in the forest alive, covering the voiceless hawk under the moisture's frost, till its nest is dry. But the thousand evils
and the stormy waters,
in the cross cathedrals,
and their constant torture,
we have lost the cause that can make you saint. Saint for trying to break down ties without the guilt, who dealt like flies and taught the sins that churned the brides in the ruined churches. The brides in the ruined churches are locked for a golden air, lost to the thorns that reside down there, endlessly forced, and they've lost their say. They can't run away. I'm falling through the thick snow, caustic to my dim core. Walk past as I'm the minstrel, so let me through the front door. Cast into flames, the coffins are rust, without the seal that rakes the thoughts and grinds and rains to raise the dust.
All my life I've evolved to burst like rivers and trees. Watch the thistles and bones from the winterly breeze.
Our impudence thrives in the night. Our impudence thrives in the night, and I can only express my distress for the forest crimes, the forest crimes, the forest crimes, the forest crimes. Strolling around in the town of the ruined churches, crippling on the shores of the human rise. Crawling with vice are the evident with their new addictions, withholding the tortious excuse that could alter the mind. The mind, blown and cast away, this furnace cannot heal the terrestrial pains. Contorted, they follow you through hills and valleys with guns and knives, where the creatures of death are craving, but they can't understand that you're already gone. is your fortress of pain, with the rays that arise from the night and convey the realness of fire, the thought it's inspired, the void it survived. The context will torture that vultures your mind. Thoughts now erased, deep wounded and chased, pretending to lead like a pastor that feeds all the actors and talks about the winterly breeze, while coming to terms with the fact that there's nothing to need.
Voiceless song returns like drizzle to the ground.
I'll turn it down.
When the voice is gone, it learns a little to be found.
I'll turn it down.
When the silence surges for the missing through the cracks,
I turn it down, then I turn it back up again. Wasting away with the constant temptations. Little but quiet, it happens in nature. Defining the force of the stars in the night. Helpless to pull out the thorns from out of your sides. Besides, have we ever been calm before? Have we ever been calmed by winds that strides our life in our open eyes? Walking through fire, decay is in your name. All that you've done is you drained, falling cast in the creek. Easy to make a joke on the deceased. Deceased, like the toppled trees, you long for days, the little grey old time in a bucket of ice, with a calm in your last gaze, with a calm in your last gaze, with a smile in your eyes as they turn to the sky. find you. It's been erased. ride a river. Curtain on the poisons and the glass revolving light, in the boiling winter torture for the past, internal fright and torment, gliding in arrays, out and roving in the sunset. This kind and humble rise can bear witness to the vast erosion. Easily forgetting what the warden said about it when he found internal stations orbiting the mental island, falling violent in the ocean, caused a little ripple fountain. The pointed needle softens as it glides across the snowy mountains. Hold on to Mary, healthy life in just snow. Rose comforts in the patient, loving souls. Come clearer like an arrow, come back. There were days when we were fearing heart attack. Lose feet in time with humming songs. I'm a dancer, but my knees are going home. Back to the place where I'd begun and become the flowering eternal drum. Having crystallized the fortress grievance in my mind, there's a passage in the wall that links perception to its hosting thought, and time is up again once you completely apprehend. Ghostly visions are the sign of untold riddles in the darkest oceans. Lighter than a feather disappearing underwater. For some months the drowning spirits are in completely separated quarters. Partly they are searching to reunite the ego mountain. Still sometimes they're running from the frights to which